Hello and welcome to Numeristical. So if you've been following my channel over the last few days, you've noticed that I've started this series of doing daily picks where I describe the results of my model and what picks I would choose against the odds that are available. And I hope to continue doing those on a daily or at least near daily basis. I'm not sure I'll be able to get to it every day. But I also want to continue doing more data science specific content. And that's going to come in two forms. There's going to be some that are data science around the sports and baseball modeling, so insights that come up over the course of my modeling that I think are interesting to share and so forth. And then I also do want to get back to some longer form content that's more general data science and machine learning topics. But in the spirit of this second kind of video, which is insights that come up through the baseball modeling, I wanted to kind of kick off that series in this video. And the first thing I want to talk about is ballpark effects. So baseball is really interesting because the stadiums are not prescribed to be any particular size. So some stadiums are smaller than others, some have much bigger outfields, and as a result, the same ball that could go for a home run in one baseball stadium might just be a very long out in another baseball stadium. And so this creates lots of interesting modeling challenges, because if you're trying to do a run scored model, for example, it's absolutely crucial that you factor in what ballpark the game is going to be played in. And you might think about how big is this effect and how important it is, and that's what I really wanted to show you. If you follow baseball a little more closely, you might also know that Coors Field in Denver is particularly notorious for being a hitter-friendly park. Now, this is due partly to the stadium's dimensions, but more to the fact that Denver is a mile above sea level, and therefore the batted ball just travels much further than it would in other parks. So if you know about this effect, you also probably know it's a pretty substantial effect. People talk about it casually. Pitchers have worse statistics who pitch for the Colorado Rockies because they have to play half their games in this stadium. So I thought I would take this opportunity to show you really the magnitude of this effect, and then also to show how you might try to compensate for this in modeling, and also to illustrate a tool which I'm a big fan of, called ice plots, which will help you understand whether this model that you've built is capturing this effect and to what degree. So with that said, let's get right into it. Okay, so here I've made a simple graph of the average runs scored by both teams in a game for each ballpark of the 30 currently used Major League Baseball stadiums. So on the left we have the most pitcher-friendly parks, which are San Diego, Los Angeles, and New York. That's Citi Field, the Met Stadium. And you see in these three stadiums, the average run scored by both teams is 8 runs or less. And then as you progress through the stadiums, you see this rises very gradually past 9, and then levels off around 9.5 for some of the more hitter-friendly parks. And then jumps up, substantially to Fenway Park, which, used to be itself a known outlier. But then we get this magnitude of Coors Field, which really dwarfs the difference of Fenway. I mean, it's just tremendously number of runs scored more. And this graph is just so striking in how it illustrates just how big that effect is. And this creates all sorts of modeling challenges because, okay, I can put ballpark in my model, and there's a variety of ways of how to do that. But now how do I make sure, if I'm using, what's generally referred to as a kind of more black box kind of model, how do I know that it's really capturing this effect and to what magnitude? And this is where I want to share a tool that I'm a strong advocate of, called the ice plot. I've if you don't know what an ice plot is, I've actually made a tutorial video in the past. I'll link to it in the description below. But I have a tutorial about illustrating what ice plots are and how to use them and how to draw them using the ML Insights package, which is a Python package that I've developed. So I'm going to show you next how this ice plot would appear for a run scored model that would predict sort of the average number of runs scored. Okay, so here's an ice plot for a run scored model which predicts the average number of runs scored for one side, for one particular team facing an opposing pitcher at a particular stadium. And if you don't know what ice plots are, again, I'll try to give a brief introduction, which is each dot here corresponds to a particular team in a particular game, and the location of that dot from left to right indicates what stadium that game is being played in. And the y-axis value indicates the number of runs scored that my model predicts for that particular team in that particular game. And this line then maps out how would the model's prediction change if the game were being played in a different ballpark. And you see the ballparks, again, on the x-axis below, they're spaced a little differently. But you can see the tremendous jump that you get for Coors Field. And this is very useful to be able to sanity check your model and be able to, be sure that the model is truly capturing what it's supposed to be capturing. And I just thought this was a really nice illustration of where you might want to use an ice plot and what it could illustrate and why it's an important thing to do. I think in the modeling world, these tools are widely underused, and people don't even really inspect to look at what's the impact of the different variables in their model. And this is a nice illustration because it just shows you again that Coors Field just has this outsized impact on the number of runs scored, and that the model is capturing that to a large degree. So I just thought that was really interesting and wanted to share it with you folks. That's about all I have to say for today. I hope again, if you could please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out. And other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you'll keep watching. Have a great day. Thanks.